myself with facial paralysis. If I went somewhere fancy like the Oscars, I balanced that with a post about my struggle with weight loss and pictures of me 40 pounds heavier. I've talked about it all. Struggles in my marriage, postpartum depression, and feeling jealous, scared, angry, ugly, unworthy, unloved. I have tried to be totally real about who I am and where I'm coming from. Seriously, the most famous thing I've ever done was to post a picture of my stretch marks on my saggy tummy on the internet. And yet I still get the notes. Women from all over the world still email and ask me how I manage to keep it all together while they struggle. I can feel the pain in those emails. I can hear the shame in the words they use to describe their own hardships, and it makes my heart hurt. So I write them back. I tell every single one how beautiful and strong she is. I call them warrior, courageous, fighter. I tell them not to give up. It's what feels appropriate to say to a total stranger. But it's not all I want to say. It's not what I would say if it was my sister who was hurting or my best friend. It's not what I wish I could say to my younger self. Because to those closest to me, I am supportive and encouraging, but I absolutely refuse to watch you wallow. The truth is that you are strong and courageous and a fighter. But if I'm telling you that, it's because I want you to see those characteristics in yourself. I want to grab you by the shoulders and shake you until your teeth rattle. I want to get in your face until you have the courage to look me in the eyes and see the answer for yourself. I want to shout at the top of my lungs until you know this one great truth. You are in control of your own life. You get one and only one chance to live, and life is passing you by. Stop beating yourself up, and dang it, stop letting others do it too. Stop accepting less than you deserve. Stop buying things you can't afford to impress people you don't even really like. Stop eating your feelings instead of working through them. Stop buying your kids love with food or toys or friendship because it's easier than parenting. Stop abusing your body and your mind. Stop. Just get off the never-ending track. Your life is supposed to be a journey from one unique place to another. It's not supposed to be a merry-go-round that brings you back to the same spot over and over again. Your life doesn't have to look like mine. Heck, your life doesn't have to look like anyone else's at all, but it should at least be a creation of your own making. Is it going to be hard? Absolutely. But taking the easy way out is how you end up on the sofa, 50 pounds overweight, while life passes you by. Will change happen overnight? No way. This is a lifelong process. You'll try out some different tools and techniques, and while some of them will feel okay, maybe one will feel like the answer, and then 37 different others will feel like garbage. Then you'll wake up tomorrow and do it again, and again, and again, and you'll fail. You'll fall off the wagon. You'll eat half of a birthday cake when no one is watching, or scream at your husband, or drink too much wine all month long. You'll fall into ruts because this is life and that's just how it goes. But once you understand that you are the one who is truly in control, you'll get up and try again.
That's my favorite part.
And you'll keep going until being in control feels more natural than being out of control. It'll become a way of life, and you'll become the person you are meant to be. It's worth asking right here, right up front, where faith plays a role in all of this. As a Christian, I grew up learning that God was in control, that God had a plan for my life, and I believe in the marrow of my bones that this is true.
Couple more minutes, you guys.
I believe God loves each of us unconditionally, but I don't think that means we get to squander the gifts and talents He's given us simply because we're good enough already. A caterpillar is awesome, but if the caterpillar stopped there, if she just decided that good is good enough, we would all miss out on the beautiful creature she would become. You are more than you have become. That's what I want to tell the women who write to me asking for advice. It might be tough to hear, but that knowledge is followed by this sweet truth. You are more than you have become, and you are utterly in control over what you do with that knowledge. Which led me to an idea. What if I wrote a whole book about all the ways
Okay, so then she talks about what's in the book. Y'all, that's just the intro. Okay, the book is out of this world amazing. So I know that we all struggle with self-worth, confidence. We feel like we don't have the skills. We feel like just we don't have the confidence, the time, the energy, yada, 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 whatever your excuse is. Go get this stinking book. It is so good. And I promise you that you will be in tears several times. I mean, I literally am like shaking and have chills all over me because it's amazing. So this is kind of what I want to talk about tonight. Just being a badass in general, having priorities, your excuses, and then your sacrifices to go along with that, and then plugging in. So that's what I want to touch on tonight. And I am recording this, so I will put it in the chats for you guys to like rewatch, or for anybody who couldn't get on. So you guys, your life is up to you. You are the only person responsible. And until you understand that you are the only one responsible for your success, your failures, your life, where you end up, how old you are when so-and-so happens, like you are responsible for that. Yes, God has a plan for us all, but I don't think that 95% of people on this earth will ever know that plan, will ever know what they're actually capable of, because they quit when they get hit with defeat. They just sit down. And so I'm challenging you guys to understand the lies that you've been telling yourself. And I'm not talking to any one person in particular at all. This is just a self-worth type of Zoom. And I want you guys to know how worthy you are and how much I believe in you. If you are just constantly telling yourself those lies, like you need to step back and realize that those are just lies, because God does have a plan for you. And even if you're not religious, something out there has a plan for you, and you are capable of more. I think everyone is capable of doing more than they did yesterday. And if you guys have ever been on our sidelines Zoom, Stacy Weisenberger, her husband, Derek, says that every single time they end a Zoom. That's his last words. Every single time. Do more today or do more tomorrow than you did today. And I think that if we continue that stretch, if we continue doing that and stepping up to the plate every single day, yeah, you're going to fail. You're going to fall flat on your face several times over and over and over again. But what matters is that you get up every single morning and you do it again, just like she said in the book. It is impossible to go somewhere new without first admitting and realizing where you are right now. So until you own up to your excuses, until you own up to the lies that you're telling yourself and the things you're not sacrificing to make your life better, until you own up to that, nothing is going to happen. Some of you are so overwhelmed with life and the things that's happening. And believe me, I get overwhelmed too. My life is batshit crazy most of the time. Okay. But I have goals. And so I have to prioritize. I have to stop making, and this happened for a long time, you guys, I made my kids my excuse, and I still do to this day sometimes. I'm not going to lie. I am in no way perfect in any aspect of my life, but I strive to be better every single day. And that is what makes someone successful. So let's talk about priorities for a second. I want you guys to think about something, because this is a business type Zoom. What makes you different than every other Lavelle promoter in the world? And I don't need you to tell me or put it in the chat. I mean, you can if you want to, but I want you to think about that. What is going to draw someone to you versus some other Lavelle promoter? The fact that you're just friends with them means nothing. I will say that. It is about you and your personality, your dedication, how much you plug in, how much you talk to people, how much you're in your messenger, how long it takes you to respond, your personality, whether you do lives or not, your posting, how consistent you are, how persistent you are. Do you share dreams with other people? Think about what makes you different. That is something that you need to start expanding on. Stop trying to learn all of these things that you don't. Okay, let me rewind. I want you guys to challenge yourself to do things that you're not used to doing, but I don't want you beating a dead horse. Does that make sense? Lives, I love lives. They work for me. I'm confident on lives. I love talking to people. It's like my little adult interaction, even though that I'm talking to myself on camera. I don't get to talk to adults every single day. My husband is sleeping half the time and then he's at work at night. That's going to change really soon. But for right now, like, it is just me with the twins and I lose my mind. So I love to hop on live. But if that doesn't work for you, try something else. I'm not saying don't try it, but you guys don't beat a dead horse. Stop trying to make yourself someone that you aren't, and start honing into the things that make you different, that make you you, the characteristics about you that stand out to someone. If someone has reached out to you about products, why have they reached out to you? Because you're really good at posting? Because you maybe went live? Do those things more, because that is what's pulling people into your business. So I'm going to connect this to business like every once in a while. And I have notes. That's what I'm looking at. Because if I don't, I'll ramble on forever. And you guys know this. So I don't want this to be forever long. But I also want you to think about this. As far as priorities go, those of you who are moms, and this will not relate to those of you who aren't, but maybe you can relate it to something in your life. But when your kids are getting on your ever last little nerve that you have, what do you do? When things get hard with your children, what do you do? Because I guarantee you it is not sitting down and walking out on their life. You may walk out of the room and take a mommy time out. I do that sometimes. But you won't walk out of your children's life because of something that they did, right? Treat your business that way if you want to go to the top. I know some of you guys are on here and you just want to make a couple extra $100 a month. That's totally fine. But I'm more talking to you, those of you who want to be successful, who want to be at the top, who want to stay at home with your kids and your family, who don't want to have to clock into work. Until you can sacrifice some things and get your priorities straight on what you're doing, you're never going to go to the top because you're too busy telling yourself lies. So what is it that's stopping you? Is it money? Is it that you don't have enough time? Is it that you're too tired? You're exhausted? You don't have energy? Is it that you're moody and frustrated all the time and you don't feel like you can be happy when you post? What is it that's stopping you? And then I want you to backtrack and I want you to understand where that comes from. And it always comes from yourself. So ultimately, you are the only one that is stopping you. And I love the quote. I don't know if you guys have ever heard it, but it says, you are the only problem, yet you are the only solution. You can fix your own problems, you guys, but no one else can do it. I can sit here and talk to y'all for 5 hours and give you a spark, right, that ignites. But until you go through the motions every single day to believe in yourself and to personally develop yourself, it doesn't matter how many times I tell you, because you still don't believe in yourself. You're still getting off of these Zooms or still getting off the team pages or the calls or whatever you're plugging into. You're still putting your book down and then going back to the life that you have, that you're not willing to sacrifice enough to change. So how do you stop telling yourself the lies? Well, with the truth. The truth is that you do have time. You just don't make time. You can have enough energy. Choose to do it at a different part of the day. You know, like, you have to tweak that to where it fits you, because my life is very different from you guys. But until you start changing those lies into truth and recognizing the fact that you are telling yourself lies, again, you're never going to get anywhere. Okay, hold on just a second. Okay, let's go back to character really quick, because I have your character defines your success and your glory. And let's talk about glory though for a second, because glory does not mean sitting on a stage as a 200K, reaping all this money in, right? That's not glory to me. Glory is making people happy, making people feel better, being at home with my family, being able to enjoy the little things, and money comes along with it. And that's what makes it all possible, right? But that's not my glory. But the thing is, the way that I achieve glory isn't in front of a crowd. It isn't on a podium standing and talking to you guys. It's in the solitary, it's in my home. I'm by myself. It's in the solitude of my home. I do it while no one is watching every single day, day in and day out, because I know that even though nobody's watching, I am the only one that can make this business work. If I depended on all of you guys to sign customers and promoters on the top all the time, and I wasn't doing it myself, what kind of leader would I be? And what kind of person would I be aside from a leader? You have to put in the work that you expect to come out of your team. So if you guys have teammates and you feel like you're pulling teeth with them to work and to get somewhere, stop. Just go out and do it yourself. Because ultimately, you signed up for this business for you. You signed up this business yourself. Your name is the only one on your account when you log into Cloud. Sure, you can see your team, but this is your business and you are responsible for your business. So I want you guys to start trying to, and I know it's hard sometimes. I know you guys have crazy schedules, lives, whatever. I know some of you would rather watch recordings than the live ones. I get that. But for goodness sakes, plug in. I promise it will change your life. That is the reason why I made the whole, if 12 people will get on, I'm going to do the Zoom. But then I started thinking about it, and I don't want to punish you guys who did hop on the Zoom and who are showing up and who are giving the effort without doing a Zoom. And I'm nobody special. What I'm saying is not going to light a fire under your ass and make you go 200K tomorrow, right? I'm just a normal person, but I'm also someone who has been doing this industry for 4 years. I know what it takes to get somewhere. And I also know that a lot of people will not do what it takes because they're so quick to give up on themselves. It's not about the business. It's not about the no's that you get. It's that you're giving up on yourself. You feel like nobody wants what you have. You feel like nobody wants to join you. You feel like you're not going to go to the top because you don't have a perfect life, or you don't have nice things, or you don't have enough time. It's all about you. So stop thinking that about yourself. You deserve 200K and more. And you know what? If you work every single day like you are a 200K, you're going to be a 200K. I can promise you that. You're going to be a 40K, whatever your goal may be. My goal is to go to the top. Am I going to go to the top? I don't know, but I'm going to tell myself I'm going to go to the top until 20 years from now when, I don't know, I'm still not at the top, and I'll still be telling myself I'm going to the top. Because if you don't have a goal in mind, if you don't have a destination on your roadmap, then you're not getting anywhere. You don't know where you're headed. How can you work every single day for a goal that you haven't sat down and decided on? So I want you guys to do a couple of things tonight. And this is a somewhat short Zoom because it's only 9:30, but I'll open it up for questions or if anybody wants to say anything. But you guys have to understand that there are people out there that have way less than you, way less time, way less money, way less energy, health problems. Like, you have to understand that someone else has less than you, but is doing 10 times more than you. And why is that? It's because they're more motivated than you are. And until you realize, and it's okay to not want this, like I said, it's okay to not want to be at the top of the company, but come to terms with yourself and realize that if you want to sit down and only work 15 minutes every single day, then you're going to get a $15 paycheck, right? That's how it works. But I work my business from the time I get up in the morning. I am on and off my phone all the way until bedtime. I may take a break at bedtime. I may take a break at dinner, but I am on my phone, either answering messages, posting, scheduling posts, coming up with IPAs, plugging into Zooms, listening to audiobooks. There are a number of things that are not in your typical, here's what to do to be successful at network marketing. It's not just about posting and being consistent, you guys. People are not always going to come to you. You have to help them come to you. I'm not saying cold message because I don't believe in that. That is just me. If it works for you, it's whatever. But I do not cold message people at all. Most people do come to me, but I make them come to me. And that sounds kind of crazy, but I talk to them every single day. I'm commenting on their stuff. I'm loving on them. I'm keeping up with their life. I'm asking about how their kids are. I'm messaging them without just talking about Thrive. I'm asking them how did their trip to Carowinds go, or maybe they went and visited family, or maybe their grandma passed away. I'm in their messenger saying, I'm sorry. I hope you guys had a great time, whatever the case may be. It takes so much more to be successful at this business than just posting. And Zooms and plugging in are one of the great things that we have about this company. And I don't know about other companies because I've only been in one other company. So I'm not speaking for every company, and I'm not going to say that, no other company has this, because I'm sure they do. But you guys, we have a set of amazing, amazing leaders. There is either a call or a Zoom almost every single day of the week. And when I started network marketing, I had no one on my side. Literally no one. My husband wasn't even supportive. I put my $100 that I got at Christmas time into my kit to join my previous network marketing company. And I did not even tell him about it until after I did it, because I fought with him for like 3 months before that, because all he wanted to tell me was it was a scam. It was a scam. And now that scam is bringing him home. So haha to him. I love proving my husband wrong, by the way. But my point with this is I didn't let that discourage me. I didn't. I got on our training website at that time, and I watched like 13 or 14 videos that very first day, over and over and over again. I still have the notebook to where I have 9 pages of notes while I was watching these videos. I didn't have a leader that was helping me. She was completely MIA. She wasn't present. She wasn't doing the business near as, and that's my fault for just joining somebody who was just flighty or whatever. But so I reached out. I befriended people that were at the top. I started watching them. I followed them. I was doing what they were doing. I took it upon myself to be successful, and I did the things that I needed to do to be successful every single day. So, and my point with that is stop depending on other people to run your business for you. If I did that, my business would not be going anywhere, because you guys would be signing customers and I wouldn't even have any personal volume, which means I wouldn't get paid, right? Take responsibility of yourself and take responsibility of your business, because until you do that, nothing is going to change. So I urge you guys to start plugging in more. We've got the Thrivers on a Mission team page that we're still kind of working on. It was supposed to be me and a couple of other leaders doing it, but back to school time has kind of gotten everybody a little crazy. And I know you guys have been crazy as well. Like Melissa's got like, how many kids you got right now, girl? Like 6? Is it 6? I want to say it's 6. But, and she's still on here tonight, y'all. Okay. So I just want, and I know a lot of you, I'm not going to shout everybody out, but I love all of you for being on, and thank you very much, because we all have shit that goes on in our life. Okay. We all have stuff that we would rather be doing than sitting on a computer screen listening to somebody ramble on for an hour, right? But if it's going to better your business and you want to be successful in this business, you have to start making sacrifices. You have to stop going out. You have to stop hanging out with people all day. Like, and I don't even know if any of you guys do that, but I'm just saying, I don't hang out with anybody. That's sad, and it kind of sucks, and I wish I did sometimes, but you know what? My life is going to look a whole lot different than those people. My circle of those 5 people that I hang around the most has changed drastically, and now it consists of people that I've never met before that are online, because they have the same goals and the same dreams as me. They have ambition like I do. And that is the kind of people that I need in my life, not somebody that's going to come sit in my house for 4 hours and question me while I'm on my phone. I'm working. My family still does that to this day. Why are you on your phone? We're eating dinner. I don't care. I've got a customer signing up. I don't care, because eventually I'm going to be able to do whatever I want to do whenever I want to do it, because of this business. So I'm going to sacrifice things now and say no to things now so that I can say yes to anything I want to say to later. And that is the beauty of network marketing. So I'm going to wrap it up with that. Does anybody have any kind of questions, motivation, anything you want to say, any tips? It can be specific questions. Don't be scared. Unmute yourself. No? Nobody? All right, you guys. I want you to know how much I believe in you. I really, really do. I would not be doing this and taking time out of my day when I could be doing something else or working if I didn't believe in you guys. And I want you to start believing in yourself. Even if you have to lie to yourself every single day. I can do it. I can do it. Even though you don't believe in it, just do it. And eventually you're going to be like, wow, I just did that. Like I was talking about it a year ago and I just did that. Time hop is my best friend because it brings me back to a reality and such a grateful place to see where I was 3 or 4 years ago before I started this industry and where I am now. And it makes me so sad that people don't understand this. It makes me sad that people don't understand that they're worthy. And you guys have to show people that too. So until you're in a good place and you're feeling that, you can't really show people that, right? So you're never going to bring someone who is motivated and believes in themselves and like a fireball into your, and maybe you will. I won't say never, but it's going to be hard because if you don't believe that in yourself, if you're not filling your own cup up with all these amazing things, how can you fill somebody else's cup up? You have to be good with you first before you can help somebody else be good with it too. So I love all of you guys. Thank you for hopping on. I would love to start doing this more often. I would love to do it every Tuesday. But and this is going to sound mean, I'm not going to do a Zoom for like 3 people. I'm just not. I've got other things that I need to be doing for my own business, for my house, my family. But I want to pour into you guys. So maybe we can have like mini Zooms throughout the week, earlier in the day, if that works better for you guys. Just let me know. I'm down with whatever. I want to help you guys. But if no one is willing to reach out and grab the help that I'm offering and that the chat offers, like all of you guys are amazing too. Not saying that I'm the bee's knees because I'm not. But I'm just like you guys. I still have a business to run as well. I still have a family. I still have a million things to do. And so I want you to know that I sacrifice for you, and I want you to go out and sacrifice some for yourself because you deserve it. Your team deserves it. Your customers deserve it. Love on them endlessly, and your business will turn around. I promise. All right. So I am going to probably go to bed soon because I feel like poo. My kids are sick. And they're getting me sick. I'm just reading the comments really quick, but I think I'm done. If nobody has anything to say, y'all can go ahead and hop off. Thank you for hopping on. Happy payday. Happy Gospel every Tuesday. Yes, that's totally fine, Jess. I thought about doing it every other week. If you guys wanted to start doing something like that, just honestly, whatever works for you guys. I know that there's a lot of crap that pops up like randomly, and I can't really help that. We have about 12 leaders and they're constantly in the team pages, and that's why you guys aren't in all the team pages, because if I sat down and looked at the team page and read every single thing that was posted every time it was posted, I would never get any work done myself, because that's how just blah our team pages are. So it stresses me out a little bit, and I apologize about that. I am a schedule type person, so I'm like, I'd like to know when it's going to be. But there is a power hour that started an hour ago at 8:30 Eastern time. It is most likely still going on, because if you guys have ever power hour with Giselle, you know they're like 2 hours long. That's what I'm about to do while I wind down a little bit to get some work time in. But yeah, and if you are one of those people that don't have a lot of time, I get it. I'm not saying you're lying about not having a lot of time, but you do have time. And these power hours are amazing. You can literally get 3 hours worth of work done in like 20 minutes on these power hours. Like the tips that they give while you're doing these amazing tasks are just out of this world amazing. And I think Veronica, she's been on a lot of them, and there's just so much good like aha moments and tips and training on those power hours. So if you guys can catch those, definitely do that. But anyway, I'm really done this time. Okay. Love all of you.